In every civilization, man has searched for the ultimate combination of intelligence and physical ability in one super being. Tonight, you'll witness this unique search. This is the challenge of the Krypton factor. Name, Ronna, age 35, hometown, Los Angeles, California. Age 24, hometown, New York, New York. Occupation, marketing consultant. Name, Kivi Harris. Age 23, hometown, Birmingham, Alabama. Occupation, auditor. These four people will face each other in the challenge of the Krypton factor. Now, Dick Park. Hey! Thank you. Thank you very, very much and welcome. Good evening. Tonight, we're going to experience the challenge of the Krypton factor, the ultimate test of mental and physical abilities. You're going to get to know these four exceptional people who'll be challenged to their very limits. The challenger who achieves the highest Krypton factor tonight will come back next week for the Krypton finals and have the opportunity to win a total of $50,000 in gold. The challenge of the Krypton factor begins now. Your first challenge tonight is Phase 1. It's an electronic shootout called Stagecoach. Take a look at the big screen. You'll see a moving target on the right and a gunfighter on the left, and a stagecoach obstruction in the middle. The electronic computer controls the target, and you control the gun using the lever on your podium. You play one at a time against the computer, and your job is to hit the target twice in 15 bounces. If you're successful, you'll receive 5 points. Ronna, are you ready for this challenge?
Sure.
Okay. Your test starts now. All right. You got yourself 5 points. Congratulations. Garry, you ready, sir?
Ready.
Your test starts now. I'm sorry, Garry, time ran out on you. No score that time. Andrew, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Your test starts now. All right. Congratulations. 5 points there. Kivi, ready?
Ready.
Stand by. Your test starts now. Three of our challengers have come up with a Krypton factor of 5. We move now to Phase 2, mental agility, and it's tough. It demands your fullest concentration. Please, if you will, put your headsets on now. Audience, please remain quiet during the testing. Only the audience at home will see the answers on the screen. There are 2 levels to this phase for a maximum total of 10 points. If you miss, you will be eliminated from this phase. Test number 1 is a numbers game called Following Numbers. I'm going to give you 5 numbers. Your job is to give back to me that same sequence with each individual number increased by 1. For instance, 2, 5, 7 would become in your answer 3, 6, 8. However, there'll be 5 numbers. You'll have 10 seconds to answer. Ronna, here is your test. 11, 6, 19, 3, 7.
12, 7, 20, 4, 8.
That is correct for 4 points. Garry, stand by. Here is your test. 12, 6, 13, 4, 8.
13, 7, 14, 5, 9.
That is correct for 4 points. Andrew, stand by. Here is your test.
13, 9, 16, 2, 5.
14, 10, 17, 3, 6.
Correct for 4 points. Kivi, ready? Stand by. Here is your test.
15, 4, 19, 7, 3.
16.
That is correct. Perfect Krypton factors down the line. Challengers, you now move to the second level of our dropout phase, and this is for 6 points. This test is called Return Trip. I'm going to take you on a trip through 6 American states, and I want you to give them back to me in reverse order. So if I say California, Nevada, Utah, you put them in reverse order and give them back as Utah, Nevada, California. There will be 6 states. You'll have 10 seconds to answer. Ronna, here is your test.
Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida.
Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Texas.
I'm sorry. That's incorrect. It was Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas. You have, however, 4 points. Garry, stand by. Here is your test.
Washington, Oregon, California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico.
New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, California, Oregon, Washington.
That is correct for 6 points. Andrew, stand by. Here is your test.
Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia.
Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia, Michigan. Don't remember.
I'm sorry, Andrew, it was Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin. Kivi, stand by. Here is your test.
Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, New York, New Jersey.
New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, Vermont, Maine.
I'm sorry you missed one. New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine. Let's summarize here, and we have only one perfect Krypton factor. That's Garry with a Krypton factor of 10. Congratulations. Let's check our master board here and see how we stand. With a Krypton factor of 9, it's a tie between Kivi Harris and Andrew Lessman and Ronna Hermes. Our leader with a Krypton factor of 10 points is Garry Boone. And when we return, our challengers will compete head-on in a very demanding physical phase as the search for the Krypton factor champion continues.
For a moist, super moist cake, Creamy Deluxe is the only frosting that's good enough, because it's buttercream creamy. The buttercream creaminess of Creamy Deluxe. It's the only way to frost the incredible moistness of a super moist cake.
You and Betty Crocker can make someone happy.
Mr. Clark, I'm confused. Which pain reliever should I buy?
To make it easy, I've divided these pain relievers into 2 strengths, maximum and less than maximum.
Maximum and less than maximum?
Yes, most pain relievers are less than maximum strength, and that may not be enough for some adults. But here's maximum strength Anacin, full maximum strength of the pain reliever doctors recommend most.
Sounds strong.
It is.
Maximum, less than maximum. I'll try maximum strength Anacin.
Maximum strength Anacin, tablets or capsules.
Welcome back. We come now to phase 3, our physical ability phase. Earlier, we put our competitors through the Krypton Challenge course, which was specially designed to be fair to all competitors, male or female. No one has a clear-cut advantage. Now, it all starts here at the Slide for Life. A quick run takes the challengers to the balance bridge. These are a little tricky. On the other side, our competitors crawl through these twisting tubes. Then they must run to these high-powered dune buggies and race them to their designated areas. We'll watch the action from up in the sky from our helicopter cameras. Then it's off to the swings. At the swings, they must swing until they kick their color button, which releases that door. Then they run to the waiting moonwalkers into the home stretch and a final race to the finish line. Now, the winner receives 20 points, second place 15, third place 10, and fourth 5. Our competitors are all set. In yellow, we have Ronna Hermes, who's 35. In purple, we have Garry Boone, who's 33. In orange, Andrew Lessman, who's 24. And in blue, Kivi Harris, who's 23. They're ready, and they're off. Watch the landing. It's always the key. Smooth, slightly different techniques. We've got Garry out there in front of the overhead shot for the moment. However, look at this. In orange is Andrew Lessman rolling out and ready to go toward the pontoons around the bend. Ronna Hermes in yellow and in blue, Kivi Harris bringing up number 2 and 3. Toward the pontoon bridge is our leader, Andrew Lessman. And this is the tricky part. You've got to be careful. They bounce all over the place. It's a close 1, 2, 3 with Ronna, Andrew, and Kivi out there. And watch. That's going to cost him time. They're closing up behind him there. Kivi Harris coming into the twisting, turning tubes there. And it looks like he might take over the lead. Watch this race end with Kivi 1 and 2. And moving into third is Garry Boone. Into the tubes he goes and away. And over, already seated in the driver's seat of the blue buggy, is our leader, Andrew Lessman. He's off and running. Here comes Garry up to his car. And there's something holding up Kivi there. No, he's ready to go. He's off. In the number 3 spot, Garry Boone, followed by Ronna Hermes in number 4. Our leader is Andrew Lessman, our marketing consultant from New York. Our 24-year-old is holding the lead, followed by Kivi Harris from Alabama. In the number 3 spot is Garry Boone, and Ronna Hermes is number 4. That's our leader out there. Followed by Kivi, and number 3, Garry Boone. It's a tight 3-man race, and into the swings they come. Number 1 is Andrew, followed by Kivi, followed by Garry, and in the trailing position is Ronna. Out goes our leader, Andrew Lessman. He's on his way to his orange swing. The object is to hit that button at the top of the door and knock it down. There's Kivi pulling up into number 2 spot. It's going to be a 3-man race. Look, Garry Boone is joined in. Oh, accidentally saw that door the orange door, followed by Kivi Harris, and quickly followed by Garry Boone. It's going to be a 3-man race. They're on their way toward the finish line. The lead being held by Andrew, followed quickly by Kivi. It's 1 and 2, followed by Garry Boone's in this race. They're coming toward the finish line in number 1. It's Andrew Lessman, followed by Kivi Harris, followed by Garry Boone. In number 4, in yellow is our 35-year-old fighting soldier from Los Angeles, California, Ronna Hermes. Finishing up, number 1 is orange, Andrew Lessman, receives 20 points. In blue, Kivi Harris with 15. In purple, Garry Boone 10. In yellow, Ronna Hermes with 5 points. The bridge didn't slow you down. Let's check the master board. We have over here the current situation. Ronna Hermes has a Krypton factor of 14. Garry Boone drops to third with 20. Kivi Harris has 24. And our new leader with a Krypton factor of 29 is Andrew Lessman. We move now to phase 4. This is our observation phase. You'll be seeing a specially edited scene from the comedy movie Bustin' Loose. Now pay close attention to what the actors are saying and doing. I'll be asking specific observation and dialogue questions on what you've seen and heard. Your dialogue answers must be exactly as spoken in the film. Please put your headsets on right now. Focus your complete attention on the Krypton screen. Tell me, please, if your headsets are in place. Can you all hear me all right? Please, roll the film.
Mr. Braxton, my 30 years on the bench, I have never seen a criminal record equal in intensity, length, and downright antisocial uselessness as your own. The sale of counterfeit bus passes at the age of 5. Conspiracy to impersonate a truant officer. A dishonorable discharge from the Army motor pool. Profiteering on Christmas seals. Defrauding a chicken franchise.
Oh, I can explain that.
Braxton, you have already spent 3 years in a home for juvenile offenders, 6 years in state prison, and 4 years on probation under the guidance of that gentleman over there. Now, before I pass sentence, do you have anything to say for yourself? It's on.
Your Honor, I'd like to make a confession. I did it on purpose. I wanted to go back to prison.
You what?
Give me a hand with this. Let's go.
Are you going to...
Come on, you've embarrassed me enough. Let's go.
What do you want? What do you want?
What it is? What it looks like? No, baby. What you gonna do?
I'm gonna knock you out.
Well, shoot your best shot, baby.
All right. Please take your headsets off. Now, our observation phase. Let's start with Ronna. For 4 points, Ronna, your observation question was Richard Pryor profiteering on Easter or Christmas seals?
Christmas.
That is correct for 4 points. For 6 points, here's your specific dialogue question. Remember, I need the exact words as spoken in the scene. How long did the judge say he had been on the bench?
30 years?
That is correct for 6 points. Garry Boone, for 4 points. Did the man who punched Richard Pryor catch or drop his hat?
Drop it.
He dropped it is correct for 6 points. Here's your specific dialogue question. The judge said Richard Pryor got a dishonorable discharge from what part of the Army?
The motor pool.
Correct for 6 points. Andrew, for 4 points. Did Richard Pryor spend 3 or 6 years in a home for juvenile offenders?
6 years.
You have already spent 3 years in a home for juvenile offenders.
Sorry, 3 years. For 6 points, here's your specific dialogue question. How old did the judge say Richard Pryor was when he sold counterfeit bus passes?
5.
That is correct. Kivi, for 4 points. Did Richard Pryor spend 4 or 6 years on probation?
4.
That is correct for 6 points. Here is your specific dialogue question. The judge said one of Richard Pryor's crimes was conspiracy to impersonate what? Answer, please.
Conspiracy to impersonate a truant officer.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was truant officer. Now, for 10 points, the third and final question. It's the same for each of you. In the film clip, you remember there was a gray-haired lawyer sitting at the prosecutor's table behind Richard Pryor's right shoulder. Please turn around. We have 6 gray-haired men with us tonight, all looking very much like the attorney sitting at the table behind Richard Pryor as he talked to the judge. The attorney didn't speak, but you saw him very often during the clip. One of these actors is that man. Study them closely, and when I indicate, you're to make your numbered selection on your computer console. Was it actor number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, or number 6? Please indicate your choice now. All right, let's review. Ronna has selected actor number 2. Would you step forward, sir? Garry has selected number 4. Would you take a step forward? In addition, Andrew Lessman has also selected number 4, and so has Kivi Harris. So we have only 2 choices, either number 2 or number 4. Let's see if anyone was right. Would the actor from the film make himself known to us now? It was number 1. None of our challengers have identified the actor. Mr. Jack Burrow, thank you for joining us. Gentlemen, thank you. I think we got you that time. I was sure there was a gleam in your eye there, Garry. Let's check the master scoreboard here. We have Ronna Hermes with a Krypton factor of 24, and look at this close race. Kivi Harris with 28, Garry Boone with 30, and still barely in the lead, Andrew Lessman with a Krypton factor of 35. We'll be right back to determine tonight's champion.
Since 1977, tuna fish is up 36%.
Holy mackerel.
Swiss cheese, 36%.
Well, right on the mark.
Peanut butter, 97%.
Oh, nuts.
Today, when it costs a small fortune just to make a small sandwich, you need Ziploc sandwich bags. With their unique sealed Ziploc bags, there is zip to lock, and they stay locked. So sandwiches stay fresher and neater. Chicken salads up 37%.
That's despicable.
Ziploc sandwich bags. There's no better way to protect your investment.
Tony Silkway presents The Personal Perms. Here's your guide to the one that's right for you. Is your hair color-treated? Be sure to use the Gentle Tony Silkway just for color-treated hair. Is your hair hard to curl? There's a silk wave just for you, regular for normal hair. But here's the exciting part. You pick the amount of curl you want, just by the amount of time you leave it on.
Silk Wave Personal Perms.
One is right for you.
Krypton Factor leader at this point is Andrew Lessman with 35. However, it's anybody's race. This is Phase 5, our catch-up phase. Anyone still has the chance to win and come back next week for the Krypton Finals and the opportunity to win $50,000 in gold. The keys to this phase are instinct, knowledge, speed. The first one to lock in has the chance to answer the question correctly for 2 points. Incorrectly, you lose 2 points. You don't have to wait for the question to end if you think you know the answer. Midway through, you'll hear this signal. That means the question values increase to 4 points, plus or minus. All right, here are the questions. Challengers, if you're ready. For 2 points, Sam Ervin headed the committee investigating what political scandal?
Andrew.
Watergate. That is correct for 2 points. What are dates called that are with a person previously unknown to you? Blind dates. The international date line runs down the middle of what ocean?
Garry.
Pacific. That is correct for 2 points. Pacific Overtures is a musical written by whom?
Kivi.
Stephen Sondheim.
Correct. The Heimlich maneuver should be used when a person is...
Garry.
In an airplane.
I'm sorry, it's when a person is choking or asphyxiating. You lose 2 points. The choke valve controls the amount of air entering what specific part?
Garry.
Carburetor.
That is correct for 2 points. The Raiders of the Lost Ark was directed by who?
Garry.
Steven Spielberg.
That is correct. The glockenspiel is found in what section of an orchestra?
Kivi.
Sorry, the correct answer was percussion. You lose 2 points. Hip shot percussion is the gunslinging best friend of what comic strip sheriff? The answer?
Kivi.
Ricochet.
That's right. A ricocheting bullet injured what national leader on March 30th,
Kivi.
James Garfield.
I'm sorry, Ronald Reagan, 1981 was the date we were looking for. A ray gun was an effective weapon for what character played by Mark Hamill in Star Wars?
Kivi.
It's Luke Skywalker.
That is right. Sky Train was the brain... All right. That signal indicates we accelerate to 4 points plus or minus.
At the moment, it's anybody's race. It's really close. Our leader by only 3 points is Andrew Lessman. We move to 4 points.
In Pinochle, how many playing cards are in each?
Kivi.
5.
No, 48. Incorrect, you lose 4 points. Which was our 48th state?
Kivi.
Arizona.
Correct. A zone in New York Central Park has been named the Strawberry Fields in whose memory?
Kivi.
Answer. John Lennon. You're penalized 4 points. Linen fabric is woven from what source?
Andrew.
Flax. Correct. What flaxen-haired actress screamed her way through the first version of...
Garry.
Ray.
That is correct. The subway or underground in London is nicknamed what?
Garry.
The Tubes.
Correct. In math, to cube a number is to raise it...
Andrew.
Commissioner?
Will accept.
Third power, 3 times acceptable. The third base is usually played by whom on the Kansas City Royals?
Kivi.
George Brett.
Repeat the last name.
George Brett.
That is correct. Tammy Wynette's autobiography is titled what?
Garry.
Stand by your man.
Correct. A Man for All Seasons was based on whose life?
Garry.
Thomas More.
Correct. More than any other athlete in 1 year, Mark Spitz won how many Olympics?
Andrew.
4. Incorrect. 7. Hawaii 5-0's James MacArthur is the son of what famous...
Helen
Kivi.
Helen Hayes.
That is correct. Isaac Hayes won his Oscar. All right, our champion is Garry Boone. Garry will be back next week for the Krypton Factor Finals to compete for a total prize of $50,000 in gold.
And I wanted our first anniversary to be perfect.
Oh, it will be. Here's the beginning.
My card.
Hallmark has 261 ways to say happy anniversary. One of them is yours. That's forever.
Say what a card can say for you.
No wonder I love you so much.
Say what a Hallmark card can do.
I love to sing. I love to dance.
And I love Nabisco Sweet Thins a lot. They're my favorite snacks. They're just loaded with natural whole wheat, and Nabisco bakes them this thin, so they're crisp, crunchy, and always delicious. Sweet Thins. You'll love them. One after the other.
Nabisco's Wheat Thins, the thin little cracker with the big wheat taste.
Hey, congratulations. That's it. Tonight's win means you receive $5,000 in gold, and you've won the right to come back next week to compete in the Krypton finals for a total of $50,000 in gold. Next week, you'll be competing for the championship against our previous winners, who are
Joel Lewin, our 34-year-old physical fitness instructor from San Leandro, California. Guy Strickland, our 38-year-old school principal from Baltimore, Maryland. Joey Hellman, our 32-year-old attorney from Los Angeles, California.
Gentlemen, next week in the Krypton finals, one of you will win $50,000 in gold. Congratulations to all of you. Best of good luck. We'll see you again next week for the Krypton Factor Championship. For tonight, Dick Clark. Good night.